Welcome back, guys. We did our writing lesson yesterday, and we were so excited. We got to start learning about how we can make books in writing. And remember the story I told you about going and visiting my grandparents? Today, I'm going to teach you how to add on another page in your story. First, I have to take out my writing. And we're going to take a look at us adding on. So you remember first I talked about going and seeing my grandparents. I need to reread my story just to make sure I remember what I wrote yesterday. So I went to see my grandparents in North Carolina. So I wrote the first part. Now I need to pick up where I left off. I didn't use any words like I was at the airport, but did I show something in my picture that lets you know that we were at the airport? Yeah, the airplane, right? So remember that you need to add those details in your pictures when you're writing. So next, I want to write about some of the things I did with my grandparents. So one of the things I really liked doing while I was there was I really liked having breakfast with them every morning. So I'm going to write my second page about eating breakfast with my grandparents. I have to be sure that I turn just one page in my book, that I don't accidentally turn too many. I don't want to skip pages. So I'm going to write my next page of my story. So I'm going to close my eyes and picture what it looks like eating at my grandparents' house. Okay, see it. So I'm going to draw that picture now of me at my grandparents' house. So, because remember, we have to show the setting of where we're at. So here's my grandparents' table. They have a round one. It has a big base at the bottom like this. And they have just some regular chairs that go around the table. And we sit at the table. Remember, it's always important just to do your best. Mrs. Tanner isn't the best artist in the world, but I always do my best and I try. That's what's important, right? Okay, maybe show my shoelace there, my other shoe, my other leg. All right, my eye, nose. Okay, and then I could go in and I'll add my grandparents too. Add them in at the table. My grandmother has curly hair too. All right, and I'll add in more details later and pictures, and I'll draw some of the food later too on the plates and the drinks and all that. I just don't want to waste your time with mine. So I'm going to write in my story now that I love eating breakfast with my grandparents, or one thing that I really enjoy doing with my grandparents is eating breakfast. So one capital thing I loved doing was eating breakfast. Sorry, my phone's vibrating. With my grandparents. Remember spaces, sounding things out, and don't forget that period at the end. Okay, guys? Today you're going to go back and I want you to look at your first page. I want you to see what you did before and then think about what you want to write next and write your next page, draw a picture. Does it have to be perfect? No, just do your very best and add words to help your readers understand your